Brian from Easy Street Pizza. Thanks for joining us for Thursday on Rock 95.5, man.
Glad to be here.
So before we get into Easy Street, I want to hear about your journey to Easy Street, which obviously starts with your first ever alcoholic beverage. Give me the beverage, give me the story, and it's okay if you were underage. We're all illegal delinquents up in here.
Absolutely. Well, first alcoholic beverage was sometime in my teenage years. I was probably 15, around there. I don't know the exact age, but I would have to say it was probably Mad Dog 2020.
Yes. This is like kind of a theme here. I'm noticing there's been a lot of Mad Dog in these answers. What about Mad Dog do you think appealed to you other than its bright color?
Bright color, and I think it was a mango, kiwi lime, or something along those sorts. I don't remember the flavor, but it sounded good at the time.
Oh, it always sounds good at the time. Then the next day happens and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, absolutely.
How did you come to be in possession of this Mad Dog 2020?
Well, I'm from Chicago, so I grew up around Wrigleyville,
Oh,
and
cool.
we had one of the homeless guys in the neighborhood to go to the liquor store and threw him a couple bucks, and he grabbed a couple bottles for us.
I can't tell if that's terrible or amazing or somehow a mix of both, but it's entertaining. So tell me how you went from paying a homeless man money to buy your Mad Dog 2020 to Easy Street Pizza. I imagined a much more professional environment.
Slightly, slightly.
Slightly.
Well, like I said, I was born and raised in the city, and right about that age, 15, 16, I started actually valet parking cars downtown in some nightclub. And I
Oh,
started at Buzz nightclub. It was on Erie and Orleans. I'm not sure what it is now, but it was a popular nightclub in the late 90s, early 2000s.
oh man.
Yeah, so I got into it when I was still in high school. I was probably 16, 17. Started parking cars and just loved the nightlife and loved the customer service aspect of like taking care of people and just the whole atmosphere.
Yeah. And then
So
how did that, and so what did that turn into?
so that turned into, I did that until I was about 21. It was great money at the time. Like I said, it was a really popular club, so there was a lot of money going around. And then when I turned 21, I realized I wanted to be inside, or actually work inside the club. And I reached out to the owner at the time, a good friend of mine, Frankie Fioretti, who's been in the industry forever. A lot of people know him, and just brought it up like, hey, I want to take the next step. And he's like, you want to work the door? You start next week.
So you made it almost inside. You got
Yeah, not quite inside, so just a little closer to the inside.
a little closer.
Yeah. So I started working the door there for a while, and at the time I had two roommates. We lived in Lakeview area, and one of the bars that just opened, I think it was probably 2004, 2005, was this place called Waterhouse, and we started hanging out there and became good friends with the manager and the owner, Dan Latino. And they used to come into the club and on industry Monday nights and hang out and party. And then one day they pulled me aside and said, "Hey, we have an opportunity for a management position with us, if you'd be interested." And I ended up taking the leap from outside the club to
That escalated quickly.
yeah, 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 and to a assistant manager role at Waterhouse.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's how I kind of got my foot in with the Easy Street thing. So Waterhouse, they actually had a couple other bars. They had one in Wrigleyville called Rebel, and then we opened a 4 a.m. bar called Blue Light, and it was on like Western and Belmont. And then when we bought that place and opened it, I became a GM there, and then I ran that for a good 6, 7 years.
So you've been in it. You know what you're doing at this point. You got
I never know. I never know what I'm doing.
fair, fair.
I'm learning a lot, but yeah, absolutely.
You're successfully winging it at this point.
Exactly. I'm still learning, but yeah, the experience still helps me out a lot.
Absolutely. So tell me about Easy Street Pizza. It's pizza and beer garden, notably. So pizza and beer finally together under one roof. Can you tell us all about Easy Street?
Yeah, absolutely. So about I think we're going on 6 years there. when I was working at, for Waterhouse Bar Group, we had 3 locations, and then a building became available. It was up for sale on Central, where our location is, and the owner Dan knew I was a hard worker and I was very loyal, so he uh, presented the opportunity of me buying in and being a partner and taking the next step. So I took him up on his offer, and I think in 2017 we opened up Easy Street Pizza and Beer Garden, and it was our first pizza place. We had a lot to learn. People are very particular about the pizza they like, right?
Yes, especially in Chicago.
Especially in Chicago. So we learned that really fast, and we came up with a good recipe, a good product, and now we have 3 locations. We have one in Park Ridge, which we just opened about a year ago, and we have one on Irving and Richmond, which is kind of north center area.
So what is the secret? What's your pizza secret?
Um, fresh ingredients. We make everything in house: the dough, the sauce, the cheese, and just fresh product and quality product. I think describes our pizza the best.
Noted. So I shouldn't just eat the Lunchable pizzas and expect for the same result. I've been wondering where I'm messing up with that one, but okay, got it. Cool. Fresh things. So like real tomatoes, then I have to use actual real tomatoes. Can't do ketchup and cheese. Not going to get the same result.
You can do whatever you like. You're still going to eat it. So
you're right. You're right.
Your boat.
So tell me about the culture at Easy Street. What's your customer base like? What's the environment that you like to set?
So at each location, we're just a neighborhood, pizza joint. We have a bar, so we do like to sell the booze.
Yes,
we help out a lot.
We need that. It's our life force.
Yeah, just selling the food is kind of boring. So
yeah.
Selling the booze is a little bit more exciting.
Hey.
So yeah, we're a neighborhood place at each of our locations where we support the neighborhood. We do a lot of stuff with neighborhood schools for like Dine to Donates, and we donate money back to the schools and things like that. So we like to be a part of the community and not just off on an island trying to make a quick buck off the community. I think that's kind of describes us the best.
Speaking of your community, obviously a lot of people go in and out of those doors at any of those locations. Do you have a customer story that sticks out in your head that you'd like to share?
Yeah, it's actually kind of describes all the places like the Waterhouse Bar Group and Easy Street pizza places that we have. It's customer Mike Stein, and he's
We're
funny.
Name dropping too. This is a first on Rock 95.5, a customer name drop.
Yes, Mike Stein. He probably listens to 95.5 too.
He better. He does now.
Yeah, right. And he kind of sums up what we're about. I met him in 2005 when I was assistant manager at Waterhouse, and that's 17 years ago. And I think he's had his birthday party every year at one of our locations since then. So he's going on about 17 years of birthday parties. I don't want to give his age out, but
does he behave himself at these birthday parties? Do they get wild and rowdy?
Recently, yeah. I guess the older you get,
Recently, he's been good. Recently, we haven't had to get out the rolled newspaper or the squirt gun, so we're happy.
Absolutely, they changed a lot to a lot of drunken debacles. There's kids at them now, and they're like in the afternoon instead of a Friday night.
Oh, the growth when you watch your frat bro turn into a father.
Well, he's not a father, but a lot of his friends are.
Oh. Maybe that's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Although we're team Mike Stein already. We love Mike Stein. So what do you want the people to know about Easy Street?
Nothing too much. I think we have a good name as is. We put out a good product and we stand behind it. We love providing good customer service. We have an amazing staff that we care for, and that's about it. You guys, people have to come in and check us out.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you so much for hanging with us today, Brian.
No problem. Thanks for having me.